So Dan, when you and I spoke in early 2020, I asked you, do you think there's a chance that you would ever reconsider going back to the role of Jack Thornton? Would you be down to come back in a flashback or a cameo?
That would be so much fun.
Would it?
Of course.
I really think that we manifested this. You are back as Jack Thornton in the upcoming When Hope Calls holiday film. So how did this whole thing even come about?
I think maybe we did manifest it for sure, but there was definitely a lot of messages and hope from the fans that this character would come back in some capacity. And so, I got to give credit to Lori. Lori, it was her idea, essentially. She called me, and asked if I'd be down for it. And I was like, working with you again, of course. The most important thing for me was you have to honor the fans, you have to honor the character, and you have to honor Elizabeth's storyline on the other show. What you'll find is that it's a beautiful scene done in the right way, in my opinion. And I just know the fans are gonna really get a kick out of seeing that character back on their screens, for sure. Doing a scene with Lori again, I mean, it was like nostalgia plus.
Yeah, I was gonna ask, did it feel like, oh my gosh, are we back on the set of When Calls the Heart again?
I gotta say, yeah, it really felt like, it felt so natural. But there was also a lot of hugs and I'm so glad we're getting to do this. We're so grateful to be here doing this again together. We FaceTimed Erin and the three of us had a moment together. I feel like it was bittersweet because, we were really happy that Lori and I were working together again, and then we FaceTimed Erin and she was like, I'm so happy for you guys. I wish I was there. So that would have been great, we had talked about this multiple times, working all together again in some capacity. That may or may not happen, but the feeling is there.
Can I ask what goes on during that FaceTime? What do you guys talk about, and what are the feelings that are kind of rushing through your brain?
There was a lot of miss you, love you, wish you were here. I felt grateful for even just working with these great women.
It's no secret that there's still so much nostalgia amongst the fans. To see you with Erin Krakow and Lori Loughlin together on screen one day. I'm curious, are there conversations, are there ideas bubbling up about how the three of you could reunite one day as a trio on screen?
Yeah, I would just love in any capacity to work with these amazing women again. So I did have a couple of conversations with Lori, and we talked about some behind the scenes collaboration, and I would work with Erin in a heartbeat. The idea of us doing a movie together, a Christmas movie, a rom-com, whatever, in any capacity, I just think that's a no-brainer. I think the fans would love that. But, we'll leave that up to the movie gods and see what happens.
So we don't quite know in what capacity we're going to see Jack again. I assume it's going to be a flashback, but all I know is that we do see you in the red serge back on screen once again as Jack Thornton. So what did it feel like to put on that uniform and embody this beloved character once again?
The creator, Brian Bird, when I put that serge on and walked on set and saw him there, I just walked up to him and hugged him and said, thank you, mate. I felt a lot of gratitude, and then I put my game face on and got professional because I had a job to do,
Yes. Did it feel surreal? What did it feel like to walk wearing this, this uniform that holds so much pride and prestige?
I forgot how hard the boots were to put on, so. So I was like, oh yeah, that's right. The boot. You forget that stuff. You hold on to all the good stuff, right?
Right.
But I walked on set, and Lori saw me, and she got, emotional about it. I got emotional about it. The people that were involved with When Calls the Heart, producers and whatnot, were there, just like, oh man.
Was this a tearful moment? Were people shedding a little nostalgia tear or two?
I definitely had glassy eyes at one point. Yeah, I did. It's meaningful to me, I don't know if I get that across, but it is, it's really meaningful, this character and these people.
Yeah. And I love that you said that the way that this whole thing even came about was because your old pal Lori picked up the phone and thought of you for this opportunity. I mean, what did it feel like to share the screen with Lori once again after, so much history shared between the two of you?
Number one, Lori's a great actor. She can just turn it on. And this was such an important scene to both of us that we took it seriously. We took it really seriously. Lori is just one of those people that has so much goodness and positivity and kindness for so many people. If you know her as well as I do, then you know how just genuine, loving, kind, and caring she is with every single person that she comes in contact with. She's the real deal. So when we're on set working together, it was like, it was just great to see my friend again.
Nothing has made me happier than being your mom. I mean it with all my heart.
You doing this, in my humble opinion, kind of feels like a love letter to this super, super dedicated and loyal fan base. Do you think that that's fair to say? Did you do this as a big thank you to the Hardys who have shown you love and support?
These Hardys and the fans of this show are just the most, and we talk about this all the time. You know this. I mean, they're just the most loyal fans in the world. And me doing this was, I had a number of reasons to do this. I felt like it was a really nice, poignant way to say goodbye to this character.
Is it really goodbye? Or do you think that the door's open to return in a more frequent capacity? I
have been approached in casual ways from people that are involved with these projects. Like, let's do something more. Let's do something. I'm like, how? If you can give me a good way to do it that makes sense, then I'll be open to listening. So who knows what will come, but I'll just leave it at that.
I've discovered a new meteor shower and I'm here to watch it.
Here. I like spending time with you. Nothing more complicated or scientific than that.
I'm so excited about your new film, A Christmas Star. It's so cool to see you opposite Sarah Canning. You guys had really tremendous chemistry. What was it like working with her?
Yeah, Sarah's great. It was easy when you work with an actor that's like a really giving actor, like I am, and collaborative. Mm-hmm. It just makes the whole experience really pleasurable. And
you also have another wonderful co-star, your on-screen daughter. What a sweet bond your character has with his daughter. In one scene, I loved you actually like braided her hair.
Yeah, that was my idea actually.
Was it really?
Yeah, Juliet Hawke, who played Celeste, was just a ball of sunshine and positive energy. Yeah, she's a special kid. She's just a special kid. And I loved, playing a dad actually for the first time in my career. So it's great.
I was just going to say, now I know that you're a very proud dog dad, but actually playing a dad on screen for the first time, I mean, did that give you kind of like the feels, maybe the itch to start a little family of your own?
Yeah, I'm definitely like, I have that vision for Nadia's and I future, but we're doggy parents at the moment. And I guess I had that feeling, when you're acting, you're acting. But certainly when my niece was born, something went like, oh yeah, I'm gonna have kids one day,
How many?
I mean, one healthy child is good. 2, 3. I don't have a number. I don't think I want. Maybe 3 is a good number because then you can all fit into one car.
How does Nadia feel about it? And I mean, what does it mean to her to see you getting to play a father on screen?
We'd had these conversations before I played a dad anyway. Like, of
course, yeah.
It's like kind of before you tie the knot. You're like, all right, what do you want for your life? So.
Yeah.
So we've kind of covered all of that. I think she thought it was really sweet, but she sees me with kids anyway. Like, we have kids in our neighborhood, so I'm like kind of king of the kids around here.
I know that you and Nadia tied the knot. Congratulations.
Thank you.
But pre-pandemic, I know your plan was to have this like Balinese extravaganza halfway around the world with all your friends and family. And unfortunately, circumstances put a halt on that. So, now that people are starting to travel a little bit, are you guys in the process of revisiting this like Bali extravaganza?
I think we're gonna try and do it next year. We're just gonna have to see how everything's going. But I think next year might be the right time to do it.
Now that you are husband and wife, I'm curious, what do the holidays mean to you? Do you guys have special traditions that you look forward to doing together now that you're really a unit?
I'm Jewish, she's Catholic, and so we sort of come together and have Christmaka, I guess. We've got a tree in our living room with a Star of David on the top of it. So, I kind of accommodate the Christmas decorations with a little touch of my traditions. Actually, this is the first time that we're going to be flying to Poland and locking it down with the family, Nadia's family over there. So we'll be having a Polish Christmas, Are
you going to learn all the Polish traditions?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, Nadia tries to teach me, Polish at home, basic phrases. I love you. Give me a hug. Give me a kiss.
Okay, let's hear a little. Let's hear a little.
Kocham cię, moja żona. That means I love you, my wife.
Very good. Very good. Oh, she's teaching you the important phrases, I see.
Oh, that's it. It diffuses any tension at all. Just drop a bit of Polish in there. Great.